Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to present our concept of community immersion. Community immersion is a strategy in community organizing that is sought to imbibe among the NSTP trainees and realization of the different community concerns through the exposure on actual life situations, specifically in deprived, depressed, and underprivileged communities. Today we are going to explain our understanding about the concept of community immersion regarding these topics on your screen using different images and clip art. We are also going to present our project proposal and its expected outcomes. So this is our visual concept of community immersion. We have used the famous animation Blue's Clues to represent our idea, in which every paw print is a clue or a particular topic. So every paw consists of images that will be later explained by the members of our group.
Community immersion as the entry point. First is the location. It is a site and location selection or choosing a certain sample of the population that begs the question to where should we render our service. It could be a particular school, a barangay, or a certain group of people living in the particular location. It is a set of criteria for the choosing the area or community must be organized, whereas groups or communities to be chosen must belong to the deprived, depressed, and or underprivileged or DDU. These are people who need your assistance more than any other groups in the society. It can be elderless, youth, sick, homeless people, and the like. There's another is peace and order situation in the area. Local government and community leaders must be willing to establish partnership with the project. It is important to start with building a relationship to the leaders because they will be a part and could be your guide and support during the implementation of the project. And fourth is the information. It's a gather and disseminate information. You must gather information or conduct a social analysis on your chosen location to acknowledge the problems of the community and extend a hand depending on your resources. With this, we can have a preview about their way of living, their demographics, state of health, financial capabilities, and more important and useful information. When done, we must disseminate enough information to the community about the project we are going to implement within their community. It could be a meeting or a seminar about the flow of the project implementation. And fifth is the courtesy call. There should be a courtesy call for everyone you may contact during the implementation of the project. We can set a plan on daily activities on a certain weeks that participants may be properly informed and actively participant in our activities.
Trainees should immerse in actual communicating life to get know the social, political, cultural, and economic situation of the people. Trainees should personality indulge to participate on activities on the community to have a better understanding on the community people views. 2. Trainees must recognize the people resilience or their ability to cope up from disaster in order to have community participation and determination and implement appropriate course of action. For example, we choose to help residents in Taal who were affected by previous Taal volcano eruption. He was not supposed to ask them for a tree planting activities, but supposed to help them with their essential needs. First, shocks of food and water, clothing, and beddings. 3. Trainees should be aware of again negotiated sanction or rules. and regulation accepted by community together with the right to conduct immersion activities. What are the norms in the community that we should respect, and what are the rules on which we must abide? abide. These are important also. We should also consider the safety of the community peoples well as our own safety when conducting the immersion. 4. Trainees must reflect on how their social analysis of current situation is con- concre- concretized, concretized on community people. Live social analysis, the is through study on about society problems, and in how it trains could assist and provides changes regarding their problems. It is important that the analysis should have as shocks meaning for the trainees. For the community and trainees must also have full understanding of the concept and theories behind the dynamics of the group and community. 5. Trainees must know the various process of the immersion or the series of related phase with commence with the pre-immersion followed by the entering the community integration, community needs assessment, programs and project, implementation and termination of the project.
Good day everyone, I am Carmela Azel Bernardo and I'm going to explain the dimensions for development as way of helping the community target to improve their way of life and living. Through NSTP community immersion, we can help improve the community's way of living in various dimensions, such as overall health, resources, spiritual health, educational and vocational development, and also the environmental development. By assisting members of the community to identify health concerns within their vicinity, mobilize resources, and provide solutions to their health problems, we can develop their way of living through several ways and programs, and it could be Zumba lessons, health seminars, feeding programs, bloodletting programs, Bantay Bata, and disaster responsiveness. Project in community immersion such as teaching additional source of income, like sewing baskets, sewing bags, and hats. Farming and rabbitry may help with the community people's resources. And on the other hand, the spiritual being of the community is also very important. Teaching about the Bible, teach values and good morals especially to the kids, are some examples of projects that we can use or develop the community people's spiritual health. Another is through vocational and educational improvement through free courses or seminars like teaching the youth skills on how to earn income online and offline, teaching kids how to read and write, and teaching parents or adults about necessary informations that they were not yet fully aware that can help develop their knowledge and skills that may be helpful for their daily lives. For the community, environmental development has one of the most common problems assessed in community immersions by several universities. Projects like tree planting and recycling can help turn the table even from the slightest change from the effects of global warming.
Expected outcomes of trainees through NSTP course. Concept images. Personal development, helping community, developing consciousness, mapping skills and rapidly. Number 1. Personal development. Trainee may undergo certain changes like increase in knowledge in social realities, development of good values, empathy towards other people, improvement of social skills and life skills that will enrich their personalities. For example, trainee who undergo community immersion may improve their communication skills or may develop values like trust, kindness towards others, and generosity towards others. Number 2. Helping community. Opportunity of training to comprehend people lives because of the chance given to them to see the real life situations and acquire first-hand experience in dealing with community works. Experiences such as helping the community may develop their sense of extending of hand to those who are in need of practice giving. Developing consciousness. Develop their conscientization ability or their ability to develop, strengthen or improve their consciousness in a way that helps them realize the issue of the community and will come up with a way to solve such problems. It is also important for them to do something that can change their situation. Number 4. Mapping skills. Enhance experiences in conducting asset mapping such as identifying geographic coverage, point of resources, and the use and the relations of people with the existing resources. And lastly, rapporting. Establish rapport and relationship different people who may be of help to do of some future time.
To sum it all up, in the community immersion as the entry point, first, it focuses on pre-immersion, whereas a certain site or location must be chosen to where we must render our service. A set of criteria will be followed for choosing the location, whereas the people with the community must belong to the DDU communities or the deprived, depressed, and underprivileged, or must be in need of assistance more than any other groups in the society. It also notes about the peace and order situation in the area, whereas local government and community leaders must be willing to establish partnership with the implementation of the project. Trainees must also conduct a social analysis on your chosen location to acknowledge the problems of the community and extend a hand depending on available resources, and must disseminate enough information to the community about the project we are going to implement. Second, entering the community requires for a courtesy call so that allies or partners and the participants may actively participate to the planned activities. In trainees' involvement as the key factors, there are 5 points that trainees must consider before and during the immersion. First, trainees should immerse in actual community life to get to know the social, political, cultural, and economic situation of the people. They should personally indulge or participate on the activities set on the community. Second, trainees must recognize the people's resilience or their ability to cope up from a disaster. Third is trainees should be aware of the rules and regulations accepted by the community together with their right to conduct immersion activities, and also consider the safety of the community people as well as our safety when conducting the immersion. Fourth, trainees must have a full understanding on the basic concepts and theories behind the dynamics of the group and community. And last is that trainees must know the very process of the immersion. Through the NSTP community immersion, we can help improve the community's way of living in various dimensions such as overall health, resources, spiritual health, educational and vocational development, and environmental development. It could be programs that contribute to the overall health of the people of the community, such as free Zumba classes, feeding programs, dental checkups, or it could be vocational or educational projects like teaching the kids how to read and write, and some moral values, offering trainings like sewing and rabbitry. It could also be projects that help with the environmental development like tree planting and recycling. NSTP community immersion allows trainees to create these kinds of projects that help improve these different dimensions of development to address the problems of community people and develop their way of life or living. Unexpected outcomes of trainees through NSTP course. Trainees may undergo certain changes like increase in knowledge and social realities, life skills that will enrich their personalities as well as acknowledge their strengths and weaknesses. Opportunity of the trainee to comprehend people's lives and acquire first-hand experiences in dealing with community work. Also, trainees will also develop such abilities like strengthening or improving their reasoning in a way that it helps them realize the issue of the community and will come up of a way to help other people. So this is our project proposal, Oplan OL Trap Kontra Dengue. Introduction. Dengue is a mosquito-borne infection that causes a severe flu-like illness and sometimes a potentially lethal complication called dengue hemorrhagic fever. The spread of dengue fever is attributed to the urban species Aedes aegypti. The incidence of dengue has grown dramatically in the recent year. The Provincial Health Office or PHO of Pangasinan has recorded 5,363 dengue cases from January 1 to December 31 last year. Mostly affected patients are from areas that are favorable for mosquito breeding. Examples are where household water storage is common and where solid waste disposal services are inadequate. In the past years, Department of Science and Technology or DOST have come with a solution to manage the spread of dengue using prevention kits called ovicidal larvicidal traps or simply OL traps. An OL trap is composed of a black canister, a lana with paddle, and pellets. Putting OL traps under the furniture beside discarded tires and other dark shady areas helps decrease the Aedes aegypti mosquito population as mosquito eggs and larvae die in contact with the drop's organic active solution. This limits dengue cases, especially among our project objective. This proposal's objective is to start a lecture or online seminar about the OL trap system of DOST, including on how to use and monitor the OL traps. Also, a seminar on proper waste disposal and how to be safe from dengue will be conducted. A fundraising program will be also conducted online to accumulate enough budgets to buy OL traps from the OST. Seminar will be conducted online for free to inform as much as people about the project, as well as to encourage netizens and other members of the community to donate for this program. So our community background, our target beneficiaries are localities living near polluted or invested public and private areas in Barangay Baldog, San Carlos City. This project will be implemented in San Carlos City because of having the highest incidence of dengue in Pangasinan with 634 cases in 2019 according to PHO. Specifically in Barangay Baldog, which is mostly prone to mosquito breeding because of its location being near to San Juan River. So this is our project goals. First is to control pest population in the community and inform the citizens to be more careful about the waters, what they store, and what it can use, and provide every member of the community a concern for the environment. Second and third is to help improve illnesses from dengue-carrying mosquitoes and make the people who live there feel safer and comfortable with the environment. Also, to stop the rampant increase of dengue cases in the province. So, towards the development of community, this project hopes to provide the locals and netizens with knowledge about infectious insects and measures of lessening chances of getting infected. Also enhance the awareness of people about the wickedness of disease carried by mosquitoes and enhance discipline and cleanliness of the surrounding. Another is to help the citizens to avoid the disease whether with or without the existing case of dengue in the community. After all, prevention is always better than cure. So, for our self-development, we are implementing this project to save other people from possible deadly disease. We would be thankful if this would ever be implemented and we will going to have this satisfaction. A breath of fresh air knowing that by just coming with this kind of project proposal, we are able to save the future victims of mosquitoes. We can imagine the people being thankful of the project because we know that it would really be helpful and they would really appreciate it. So the expected outcomes of this project for the community is to encourage every member of the community to help one another and to gain important and useful information for the members of the community. And for the trainees is to be aware of the problems arising in the community and to actively participate in helping the community. Another is to be a catalyst in making our community safe from illnesses and to learn to extend a helping hand with a joyful heart.